how I packed for a 2-year-long trip. Hi everyone. So obviously I'm in a different place. I'm not in that plain little corner today. I'm actually in my bedroom. The reason I'm here today is because this video is actually pretty cool, and I really wish I found this when I was preparing to move to Scotland. I'm going to show you how I packed. I'm going to talk about some of my must-haves and some of the things that I wish I brought when I first moved to Glasgow. For starters, I do want to say that I overpacked. I think that packing for a week's trip is hard enough. I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know what I would need. I didn't know what the weather would really be like and the things that I would need, so I really overpacked. And when I tell you how much I brought, it doesn't sound like a lot considering that it was for 2 years. I brought 2 full-size luggage suitcases, 1 carry-on, and 1 backpack. I brought this suitcase back when the whole COVID thing started and I had to go back early. I decided to bring a few things back because I wasn't using a lot of the things in my closet and a lot of the things that I brought with me. I brought a lot of things back, like this entire suitcase I'm not going to be taking back to Glasgow with me afterwards. This suitcase is a bit messy. I definitely need to clean out my closet, but I just wanted to show you how I packed. So, every time I packed, and especially like going there for the first time, I found and I ended up implementing were vacuum bags, like vacuum sealed bags. So this is what I'm talking about. It's very loud. These are vacuum sealed bags. You can buy them anywhere. I think I found these at Winners here in Canada, or maybe Amazon. They have them in so many places. You can definitely find them on Amazon. I think they have them at Walmart. Like, you can find them anywhere and they're not expensive. They come in a pack of multiples and multiple sizes. This one I think is a medium size and it fits quite a bit. Obviously, I've taken things out of here, so it's quite messy. Basically, you stuff it. You put all your clothes in it, any linens, anything that is pretty malleable, like nothing that can break under pressure, like nothing very fragile. There's this seal at the end that you can drag across the bag, airtight, and then there is some variation of this thing, which is I'm not really sure what this is called. You just put a vacuum on here, which is the most satisfying thing to watch this. I'm gonna demonstrate. And it literally shrinks to maybe 3 times less the size that it is. It's easy to sort in your suitcase, and then it's easy to stuff things in between that and the suitcase wall. You can fit so much more. That's for basically my very basic idea of my packing method. The other thing is how people pack, and I've seen a lot of people roll their shirts and their pants, and there's like different techniques to the way you can store your clothing, which I've tried both ways. I've tried folding, I've tried rolling, I've done it all. I'm gonna move on now to the things that are really essential to have when you're moving to Glasgow or like any place in Europe. The voltage is different between Canada and Europe. So in Canada the voltage is 120 and in Glasgow it's 240. So you have to be careful and you have to get an adapter for some of your electronics. You have to be careful with adapters because you can't use them with all electronics and all electrical things. Like, for example, you can use an adapter for your laptop and your phone, but you shouldn't use an adapter for any kitchen appliance or your hair straightener or curler, because that ish will blow a fuse and you will either break your straightener or break the socket. Is not a good time. Or electrocute yourself. So I got myself a universal adapter, so it has everything, the European plug, the US and UK. This is really convenient because it has everything and you can use it anywhere. If you go to Europe, it's different than in the UK. This is really helpful, especially if you plan on traveling. If you're moving to Europe, get your phone unlocked so that you can put a SIM card from another provider, which is something that I think a few people struggled with. Someone I knew couldn't unlock their phone and had to get a new phone. So the other thing that I brought, which I found really helpful, especially at the beginning when I used my phone so much, with the data, and especially if you don't have a phone plan right away when you land and you're using a lot of data and you're roaming and you're using your GPS and Googling things all the time and you're draining a lot of battery, a good thing to bring with you that's really useful is an external battery. So I actually brought like 3 of these, and they came in really handy because I really needed them, especially in the beginning. A few other things that I was really happy about that I packed. I don't know if everybody's like this, but I'm a huge germaphobe when it comes to hotel rooms and like public places. You do you, but I was really happy that I actually brought a few of my own cutting boards. I brought like really thin plastic ones, and I brought a pan and a few spatulas. This is not really necessary. I think I kind of overdid it on this one, but it was really comforting to me to know that I'm using my own clean things. I stayed in a hotel prior to finding my apartment in Glasgow, so having my own things and being able to cook a meal and having a pan and having just a few things to be able to cook on something was really good. I hate hotels, like I mentioned. I'm such a germaphobe, so I brought a towel, just like a face towel, and I also brought flip-flops for just walking around the hotel and showering. Any clothes or bedding or different things for your apartment that you think you're missing, you can buy at a store called Primark, which is super affordable store, kind of like Forever 21 / Walmart. It's really affordable. They have cute clothes and they have like the basic things that you would need, and they have a home section that's also really cheap and it has really great stuff. Primark is definitely a place to check out if you're in the UK. A few other must-haves that I would say you need if you're going to Glasgow or Scotland or the UK in general is rain jacket, like waterproof warm jacket, and waterproof shoes. As a student, you're going to be walking everywhere. I didn't rent a car. I didn't have, you know, transportation like that, so I would be walking everywhere. And make sure they're comfortable because you're walking a lot. There's a lot of cobblestone streets and a lot of hills, so get ready for some cardio. I cannot stress this enough. It rains all the time. All the time. Like 99% of the time, it's raining. So you better get used to it. You better love the rain. You better learn to deal with it because it is raining all the time. So I went to Glasgow to pursue a physiotherapy program, and they had a dress code there. So I had to wear a white polo t-shirt and blue track pants. So I'm glad that I knew what I needed for the dress code and what the uniform was, because at the beginning of the program I didn't have the time to go looking for these things between finding an apartment, finding a phone plan, opening a bank account, getting just used to the area and familiarizing yourself with everything. I didn't have the time to go and buy clothes and buy what I needed, so I brought a lot of gym clothes, which actually is what the majority of my clothes were for the past year and a half. Like, I've been in leggings and t-shirts. It's bad to say, but that was the clothing that was the most comfortable for me, and I'm really happy I brought it. Another tip for bringing things or buying things there, obviously you can buy things once you're in Scotland. It's not like they don't have pots, pans, all of that. You don't need to bring those things with you. I will warn you that their Amazon is actually a lot of the times more expensive than the Canadian one. So it would be like the same price but in British pounds. So that's what, like 1.7 times the price that it would be in Canada. So you should price check. Another thing for the rain that I would really recommend getting is a backpack cover. This would come in really helpful because I walked everywhere. This came in really helpful to protect my laptop and the contents of my backpack from the rain. Unless you have a waterproof backpack, these covers are like $1 or $2. You can get them on Amazon, eBay. You can sometimes find them at Winners or Walmart. So really useful to protect all your belongings. I'm gonna show something really quickly. You might think I'm crazy, but this is just a little hack that I thought was genius. My grandpa, bless his heart, I love him so much. He's my favorite person in the world. Before I left, gave me this. It's just a pack of these aluminum tins, and he said that if there are any like creepy crawlers, any bugs or anything like that in the apartment that I move into, because it is like an older city and these European buildings are really old and can sometimes have bugs. My grandpa, knowing that, gave me these tins and said that if you slice a cucumber and put it on the tin, apparently it makes some sort of scent or something. It completely deters insects.
Yuck.
In the bathroom, we get these creepy night crawlers, 40 legs, and they're disgusting with the antennas. You know what I'm talking about. Everybody has them in their basement. They used to come out a lot, and I used to see them in the bathtub and stuff, and I used to be really disgusted. So I tried my grandpa's method. I put this in the bathroom with a sliced cucumber, and they disappeared. So guys, this is a huge necessity. Like, he saved me. I was able to shower again. Okay, I guess that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found this informative and helpful. If you have any other questions, please let me know in the comments. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you again soon.